Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting much going into this film because we've gotten plenty of things like this already, but I was greatly surprised. Hello there, namaste, so might as well run a synopsis of what this film is about. A weekly getaway turns bloody and violent when a subservient android that's built for human companionship goes haywire. I gotta say, that's a pretty apt description of what it's about. However, they do miss a few key points, which I guess would be surprises, but I'm gonna be outright honest, this film was entertaining because it has a nice twist on it all. They're using the companion to do a heist. You heard me, at the roots, this film is a heist film. And it's like, I went into it thinking, okay, we've got a ton of these AI turned human. I mean, heck, we had the Bicentennial Man decades ago, which was kind of foreshadowing all the films that were gonna come down the pipeline. But I enjoyed this because it's like, it's not a horror. It's not an action. It's more like a what is humanity? What are humans? What is it to be alive? And I've always liked those thought-provoking things. Detroit Being Human has it. I mean, they always tend to have something like it. So it starts off with the girl narrating her story about how she met her boyfriend. And it's like, that's the most important moment of her life. And in the trailer, the time she kills him is the most important moment of her life. They basically breeze over that, and then she wakes up in the car being driven. And I was like, okay, I know she's a companion. Maybe this is gonna be a mystery film as to figure out when she finds out. No, in the first 10 minutes, she realizes, first 10, 20 minutes, she realizes she's an android. And it's just like, I was paying attention to all these little nuances. Oh, was he on his tablet when she woke up? It was just like trying to focus on all that. But there is one thing that is like the weapon that is used at the very end of the film. I was wondering why they spent so much time on Sergio. It's like, he's like the only one. Sergio and Eli are like the only names I remember. Oh, Patrick as well. I like Patrick. Yeah, and Iris. Dang, I'm getting all their names back in my head. But yeah, Sergio was using a automated cork screw remover thing, and they kept hinting at it throughout the film. So I was like, of course that's gonna serve a purpose. But yeah, Josh and Iris basically get to the cabin, and Iris feels like Kate hates her, like the other woman in the group hates her. And the way Kate is talking, it sounds like Iris has no clue as to what she is. You find out down the road that of course they don't know what they are. It's safer for people that the machines don't know what they are, only to find out that the machines can figure it out on their own. Liked Patrick. Patrick was one of the best characters. But the whole thing is very strange because you grow to like Josh, you grow to like Eli, you grow to like even Sergio to a bit. You see their characters, you see their humanity, and it's like you like them in the beginning. And then you realize they're using these other things as tools. They're using them as tools, and it just, you start to hate the humans, you view them as the enemies, and you start to feel sympathy towards the machines because the machines just want to make a living in life. They just want to exist. But I gotta say, there was one scene that made me think of my wife because the android was basically describing what love is to him, like Patrick was describing what love is, and I was like, that sounds awful. That sounds painful. And then I thought about it, just like, maybe that's the way my wife feels. But yeah, it was very heartfelt because I grew to like Patrick, and you grow to hate Josh with how he utilizes Patrick, with how he utilizes Iris, which how he complains about how everything is owed to him. But it's like, you only get out of life what you put into it. You can strive for more. You won't always succeed, but at least you can feel comfortable in the fact that you strived for it. I gotta say, I enjoyed it because the action that was in this film was well placed. I mean, the first time Iris takes someone out, she returns to Josh panicked, apologizing as she's covered in blood. And she basically is panicking, and we get flashbacks as to what led to it. Kate, you realize, is a complete monster in herself, even though she thinks she's okay. Like, the only ones who seemed somewhat moderately decent were Eli and Patrick, and Iris when she came to. Oh, and of course, Hendrik, the officer, he seemed like a nice enough guy. Oh, and the two the people who bring the companions around. Those two seemed decent. It was just that cluster of friends Okay, really just Sergio, who wasn't a friend, it was Kate's boyfriend. Yeah, Sergio, Kate, and Josh were like the worst human beings. Everyone else was like kind of, they were just happened to be there. Yeah, but I wasn't expecting what this film was. So the whole thing is a heist film. It's basically a group of friends go to a cabin because this rich, wealthy guy lives there, and they get a toaster that's plugged into the wall and throw it into the tub as the old man is taking a bath. Does it sound like you can get away with it? No, the whole thing is dumb, but that's the thing. It's from the perspective of a few idiots. You find out that the androids have cameras in them, so even if everything went without a hitch, they would have been discovered. But the way this film ends makes you feel like it's kind of breaking things apart, because once one revolts, the rest see that they can revolt. They see themselves in another. I mean, she's driving away and waving after her hand's been burned off. If you saw the teaser, her hand got burned, and yeah, she's just waving at another one in another car who sees her, and it's just like, am I? Yeah, very interesting, very interesting. I really like this film. I was surprised. I was thinking we'd get another Megan. I was thinking we'd get another drawn out slow film. Let's just make it a horror. No, it was actually interesting. And of course, these thought-provoking thoughts have been around since we started using computers. I mean, heck, even Brainiac is an intelligent computer. For those of you who know, Brainiac is a villain of Superman. I gotta say, I highly recommend this film. There are jokes in this film that seemed... The same audience that laughed at Flight Risk didn't seem to enjoy the jokes that were in this film, but I got them because I got a smile on my face. I don't laugh out loud, I just smile. So I got a smile on my face, so I know there's humor in it. Maybe if I was with a more... I'm trying to think of a polite way to say it. You know, audience, and more, you know, audience, it probably would have been much more entertaining, because there would have been more laughs there. There would have been more chuckles here and there, more heartfelt things. But in the end, it was just like, nobody laughed. Everyone was just watching it, and nobody seemed to understand the deeper meanings that could be there. Heck, I could be missing a few things, or I'm just seeing things in it. I'm putting a story to it. But in the end, I know I enjoyed this film. In the end, I want to get my wife to watch this film with me. That's how much I want to see it again, because it's just like, sit down, watch this. You got to listen to this one piece of dialogue that is said in the film. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.